Let's say now Chelsea's putting it in an account that's promising her 8% back. Well, not only did her interest rate double, but the amount of money that she is going to make not doubled, not tripled, but quadrupled. That's amazing. So now we take the account that's 8% back interest. 72 divided by 8 is 9. So now her money is going to double every 9 years. So anybody call in? The higher the interest rate, the less amount of time it takes for your money to double. So let's say today she's sitting on 10,000. In another 9 years, she's sitting on 20,000. Another 9 years, 40,000. Another 9 years, 80,000. And at the 36-year mark, she now has 160,000, which is a lot more money than what she would have had leaving her money in a bank account that has 4% interest. Now, let's say Chelsea says, okay, this is nice. I like it, but I want more money. So she took that money and she put it in an account that's now giving her about 12% interest. Remember what I said, the higher the interest rate, the less amount of time it takes for your money to double. So now, instead of her money doubling every 18 or 9 years, it's going to double every 6 years. I don't know, but that's a less amount of time for more money, and it sounds great. Don't you guys agree? So today she's sitting on 10,000. In 12 years, she's sitting on 40,000. Let's say we go down to the 36-year mark. Now she's sitting on 640,000. So first she started at 40,000 at a 4%. Then she started at 160 at 8%. But now that her interest rate went up, she now sitting at 640,000. So her money didn't triple, it didn't quadruple. It tripled like 8 times. You guys want to know a secret though? Let's take it back, right? So let's say we go back to when Chelsea put her money in the account that promised 4% interest. Do you guys know that while our money is in the bank actually takes our money, puts it in accounts like an interest rate with 12%, and has your money grow faster than what it promised you? I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a ripoff. And it's honestly not fair. But that's the first rule of money. The difference between 10,000 at 4% and 10,000 at 12% is 600,000. That's a huge, huge difference. Lucky for you, you guys are in the right place today, where we're going to show you and educate you and help you position your money in accounts that's going to give you the greatest rate of return and more money for what the bank gives you. Knowledge is not power unless it's applied. Remember that. The second rule of money is taxes. I don't know about you, but in life, you're going to put your money in 3 different tax accounts. Benjamin Franklin said there is nothing certain in this world except for debt and taxes, right? Uh-oh. Except for debt and taxes. There's 3 different tax accounts. Tax Now, which is what most of us are familiar with. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys have any of these accounts: a checking, a saving, a CD, stock, or mutual fund. Right? Which means that the money that we put in is taxed. The money that your money makes is taxed. And when you want to go pull out that money, it's taxed. Which means that as long as we have our money in any of these accounts, we're always going to be paying Uncle Sam taxes. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of paying Uncle Sam taxes. Okay. So that's the first tax family, tax now. Then there's the tax later. If you notice, the tax later are accounts like 401k, 403b, IRA, annuity, pension, TSP. Well, here's one thing all these accounts have in common: employee benefit accounts. You have hard on work money. So you tell your employer, I have all this money. What do I do with it? And the employer tells you, oh, well, why don't you put it in a 401k? But who would it really benefit? Does it benefit us or does it benefit them? Right? It benefits them because not only can they write it off, but we still got to pay taxes on it. And I don't know about you, but I don't know how much taxes is going to be in the future. You put money in the account of a tax later account, it's not taxed. The money that makes money is not taxed. But the moment you pull out that money, it's taxed. Imagine having a 401k and a few years down the line, you want to pull out that money and you're being taxed and you know you're going to be taxed, but you don't know how much you're going to be taxed. I have a question. Do you guys think that years from now, taxes are going to stay the same or they're going to go up? Put in the chat. Not many of us know what taxes are going to be like. And then the last tax family, which is my absolute favorite family, are known as tax advantage, which is a Roth IRA, a 529, executive bonus, and Odetta and I's favorite, cash value life insurance, millionaire in the making, which means that the money that goes into that account is already taxed. The money that's making money is already taxed. You don't have to worry about taxes. And the moment that you pull out that money, it's already taxed. So it's tax free. You never have to worry about paying taxes again. That's the second rule of money. Now, question is, where do you want to put your taxes? Do you want to be taxed for the rest of your life, or do you want to save more money? I live by this rule. And the number one rule isn't how much money you make, but it's how much you keep at the end of the day. That is our second rule of taxes. Now, investment options, our third rule of money. Wherever you put your money, it's going to be in one of these three investment options. Fixed, which means it's putting your account in, it's putting your money in an account like a checking or a savings. Your money will always be safe, but there's not really any growth, which means it doesn't benefit you at the end of the day. Guaranteed safety, but no growth. And then there's the second investment family, kind of like putting your money in Bitcoin or stocks or the market. It's risky. You can either gain some or lose some. There's opportunity for growth, but it's not safe. Now, how is that really secure when it comes to your retirement if you don't even know how much you're going to retire on because you could lose a lot of money? Now, I'm sure you're wondering, well, Chelsea, how can I get both fixed and variable, which means both safety and growth? Well, there's only one way to do that: in index accounts, which means that when your money makes money in the market, it's safe. Now, when the market drops, your money is actually locked in and continues to grow. And it's always growing, no matter what the market makes. So that's where you have guaranteed growth and guaranteed safety. And you never have to worry about losing your money ever again, which means when you retire, you can go to bed at night knowing that you have money to retire on. Put on one of the chat if you want to know 20, 30, 40 years down the line that your money is safe and you want to have money to retire on. Question is, at the end of the day, how would you like to grow your money? And that is what I wanted to educate you guys on today. And I hope that you guys wrote and got some great and valuable information, and you are more aware of now of how to make your money work for you and how to get the most out of what you work for, right? It's only your life. It's only the money that you work for day in and day night. That being said, thank you for allowing me to share and educate you guys. Now I'm going to bring it back to one of my amazing business partner and good friends, Miss Odetta, who's going to continue to blow it away and blow your mind.
Awesome. Thank you so very much, Chelsea. Did you guys learn something tonight? Did you guys learn? If you learned something, put it in the chat. What did you learn? One thing that stood out to you from what Chelsea just shared. And by the way, if this is the first time you're on, or maybe you've been on before, did you even know that money have rules? Did you guys know that? Did you know that money has rules? Well, I didn't, right? So what did you guys learn? Put in the chat. What did you learn? I want to see. Put it in the chat. What's one thing that you learned? Okay, so while you guys are typing away, because we're going to keep it moving, we have a tight schedule tonight. If you're wondering where that is, right? It is no other vehicle than an index universal life. What is an index universal life? This is a cash value life insurance, not your typical. Don't let this go over your head. You got to catch this now. Don't let this go over your head. This is not your mom and pop life insurance. This is not your term insurance. This is not your whole life insurance, right? Don't get it over your head now. This is not none of those stuff. This is an IUL. This is different. It's like how you have Android and you got iPhone. iPhone is different than Android, right? Or it's like you having a beeper or a flip phone versus today's smartphone. No. If somebody tell you they got life insurance and they say, Chelsea, I'm good. No, honey, you're not good. You don't have an IUL, okay? You got to have an IUL. And IUL stands for Index Universal Life. If you have something that is not an IUL, you ain't got the best, okay? You want the best. And the reason why I say the best, because this is the most upgraded recent version of life insurance. It came out in the 90s. Why? Insurance company, they're very savvy, and they saw the trend of people losing money in the stock market, 2001, 2008, 2020. So they saw that opportunity and they said, you know what? Let's create something where people can save their money in, but never lose, right? And they also saw an opportunity that the banks, people are putting money in the banks, but they're getting very little interest, which is nothing. So again, they seized the opportunity and said, you know what? Since all these people put in money in the banks and they're getting 0.0 nothing, let's create this index universal life where people can save in these accounts and get higher interest, right? So if somebody got a life insurance, it is not an IUL. You got to ask specifically, do you have an IUL? What does IUL stand for? Say it with me. Even though I can't hear it, I need you to say it with me, people. Index Universal Life, okay? Say it. Index Universal Life. I want to see you guys mouth saying Index Universal Life. This is not your regular whole life, honey. This is not your regular term. This is an Index Universal Life. And what do you get with an Index Universal Life? Now you have cash value. You're getting more interest than the bank, right? You're getting the growth with the stock market, but you're never losing to the stock market, because here you see we have a 13% growth, more than the banks, and we have a guaranteed safety that will never lose money, unlike what the stock market is doing to your 401k, right? And because it's a life insurance, this is tax-free that you can touch at any age. You do not need to wait until you're 59 and a half to touch this money. You can touch this money at any age. And on top of it, they're also giving us life insurance for your whole life, not your regular whole life. Your regular whole life is it's only covering you until age 100. IUL covers you until age 121. I don't know if we're gonna live that long, but hey, I want it for my whole life. Because if I live past 100 years, then I ain't got nothing. But this is gonna cover you until age 121. People are living longer, technologies are advancing, people are more health conscious, right? So just in case, if you live beyond 100, you are still protected, right? That's IUL. It covers you to age of 121. And on top of it, what if you get sick? What if you get sick between now and age 121? What if you have a chronic, a critical, a terminal illness? Now you don't have to go crazy pulling money or finding money. The insurance company will pay you, right? So this is an index universal life. If you do not have an index universal life as part of your financial foundation, hey, you could have a lot of stuff, but you got to have this in your portfolio. You got to have this in your portfolio. You could have everything, but if you don't have this, you're missing something, right? So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over now to Shaman, who is going to give you guys the meat and potato. Pay good attention because, again, we're going to be asking questions at the end. We have some stuff we're giving away. So Shaman, back to you.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Great evening, everybody. How y'all feeling? Wow, phenomenal. Chelsea. Oh my God. Can everyone put a 1 in the chat for Chelsea? Oh my God. No, next, another one. Can everyone put a 1 in the chat for Odetta? I gotta see 2 1s from each person. I gotta see 2 1s from each person, right? But it's a great evening. I'm happy to have you. Forgive me for my environment right now. My son, he hurt himself. We in the hospital right now, but don't worry, he's fine. Okay. But that's just the beauty of our business. I'm in the hospital and I get to share with you financial concepts to change you and your family's life forever. Okay. And this is how we help people and make money doing it. Okay. So I have these billion-dollar corporations pay me when I help you. But until then, let me share with you understanding the difference between IUL and every other traditional investment out there. Look, I'm gonna tell you the truth, y'all. IUL is the juggernaut of the financial industry, okay? It will beat them all. But what else I'm gonna tell you is this. Don't just put all your eggs in one basket. Because unfortunately, people fall in love with investments and think that's the only thing they need to do. See, investing is not a marriage. Okay? Investing is what we do to do what's right for our financial future. So let's go ahead and let's weed out the real estate bugs. How many of us thought about or invest in real estate currently? Give me a 1 in the chat. Matter of fact, make it a 2. Give me a 2 in the chat if you invest in real estate or you thought about investing in real estate. Put a 2, put a 2, put a 2, put a 2, put a 2. Okay, put a 2, put a 2, put a 2, put a 2, put a 2. Okay, excellent. So how does real estate face the IUL? Let's start with real estate. So the average home cost in America right now is $400,000. Can y'all see my drawing? I'm trying to draw right here. Average cost is $400,000. Again, I'm on my phone, so please give me that grace, okay? Average cost of a home is 400 grand, okay? Let's say you do a down payment of $100,000 on your home, okay? You're thinking, Shaman, how in God's name will I get $100,000 to make a down payment on my home? Well, you better find a way because interest rates are out of control right now. I know you can do 3%. I know you can do 10%, but let's do 25%. Okay? So you put in $100,000, okay? Boom. Then you get a loan from the bank for 300 grand. Okay, they asked me to lower my voice. I'm gonna lower my voice. They're not ready for the energy. You feel me? If you're getting if you're getting a mortgage from the bank, it's at 7%. 7%. Our parents and grandparents got 3% interest, but we're at 7% because interest rates are so high due to inflation. So what? You're gonna have a $2,000 monthly payment for your mortgage. Okay. Now, if we include property tax and insurance, not the upkeep, not the keeping it together of your home, Just the property tax and insurance purely, you're paying another $400 a month, totaling in $2,400 on a monthly basis. Next slide, Odetta. So boom, at the end of 30 years, you would have paid $716,000 for a $400,000 home. Let me ask you all a question. Do you want to pay more than what your home is worth at the time of you purchasing it? Do we want to pay? Do you want to pay $700,000? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Let's add an extra $100,000 because you made that down payment. So $818,000. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. You also paid insurance and taxes. So do you want to pay $900,000 for a $400,000 home? Type the letter N in the chat if you don't want to do that. Or just no, like Tierica, just put no, right? But that's what ends up happening. And we're not talking about upgrades. We're not talking about repairs, just the pure cost of the home. So, okay, we spent this much money, but Shaman, the value of my home is going to go up in the future. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think it'll be worth $962,000 in the future? Let's find out. Let's continue to scroll, Odetta. Let's find out. So, on average, in the last 30 years, the price of a home has gone up only 4%. So, let's use the rule of 72. You see what Chelsea did for you? She made you a financial expert and you don't even have a degree. Thanks a lot, Chelsea. We appreciate you. So you take 72 divided by 4, every 18 years, your money will double. So in 36 years, your house might be worth $1.64 million. That's a lot of money, Shaman. Wow, that's more than what I put in. I'm excited about that. But wait. You gotta subtract what you put in to understand how much you really made. You didn't make 1.6. You gotta subtract the investment cost, baby. So then you made $678,000 for 30 years. Let me ask you a question. After 30 years, do you think 678 grand is good enough for you? Don't you want to retire with that money? You know, inflation is going to keep going up, right? So if that's not good enough for you, I have more bad news. This is not including sales tax or closing costs. Oh, and capital gains tax as well. Remember what Chelsea said about the second rule of money, taxes. Thanks again, Chelsea. You made us an expert. So let's continue. So then how would IUL fare against that? You made $600,000 with your real estate. What would IUL do if you did the same exact thing for this plan here? Number one, IUL has gone up 8% on average, but let's just go with 7 because I want to under promise to over deliver. Okay. Will this delete by? Okay, excellent. So we take the rule of 72, divide by 7. Every 10.2 years, your money will double. So what if you did $100,000 down with $2,400 a month? Guess what? You'll have $2.2 million. Let me ask you all a question. Is that much better than 600,000? Yes or yes? Well, guess what? It gets even better. You can take out $3 million instead. What? Yes, Shaman. I mean, yes, everyone, right? Because as you're withdrawing your money, it's going to continue to increase in value. So because the interest is still growing on this money, as you're taking out your distributions, you'll be able to take out $800,000 more than what you started with in retirement. Can everybody say wow? Everybody say wow with me. Wow. Okay, put wow in the chat. And now, Odetta, I would love for you to continue from here because I do have to go back into the office, but I wanted to just have my energy felt, and I wanted y'all to just see how powerful this juggernaut of a plan is. But I apologize, I have to cut myself short because my son, he's dealing with, he hurt his head, okay? So he has to get some stitches, but I just wanted to give you my input, give you some of my energy, and I also wanted to show you how versatile our business is, baby, because there's a business opportunity for you to make money in this industry. But without taking too much away from Odetta, I'm gonna pass it back to you. Thank you for this opportunity. God bless you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much for, guys, do you see the level of commitment? He's in the hospital with his kid that just had an accident, and he's still zooming in to at least give us some love. Guys, it like, do you even see what's going on here? Like, give him some love. Put some heart in the chat. You know, let's wish him well that his little one is gonna be fine. But guys, mental toughness, right? Mental toughness to the highest. So picking up where he left off, right? So you see what putting money into getting a property will give you, right? Now let's put those same amount, right? That same 23.96 that you was gonna put in your mortgage, right, to pay for the next 30 years. Let's put that same amount, right? So we have the 100,000, right, plus this 1922 for the whole year. Let's put that same amount, the same mortgage plus the 100,000. Year one, right? Year one, you see 128,758. That's your 100,000 that you were going to put as a down payment plus whatever the mortgage is every month. Year one, follow me, guys. Year one, screw it all the way over. Year one, actually not even year one, like the minute you get approved, you're insured for over, can anybody see it here? Do you see the initial debt benefit? 1.9 million. 1.922 million. 1.9. 1.9 from day one. From day one. Versus you put in that same 100,028 into a home day one, you don't have $1 million plus over your life. So if you drop dead in the first year, did you really build wealth? Is your family going to inherit that house? If you got that mortgage and year one you drop dead, put it in the chat. What happens? What happens from the first year if this person, again, they had taken 100,000 down payment for a house, they get the mortgage, they're paying 23 and change per month. Year one, they passed away. What happens? What happens, guys? What happens? I want to read your comments. Nobody's commenting? Okay, I see Tierica said loss. What else? Are you guys paying attention? Do you see how powerful this stuff is? You buy a house, year one, you drop dead. What happens? Or you buy a house, year one, you get a heart attack, cancer, stroke, you cannot work. What happens? What happens year one? Because nobody's promised the future. We don't know. Guys, this stuff is powerful. Like, it doesn't get any easier. Take sense out of nonsense. Year one, you bought a house. You're so excited. You got approved. You put down 100,000 down payment. You got your mortgage approved, 2,300. Life is good. Boom, you drop dead. Year one, you drop dead. It's a loss. Because most people, you know, if it's a husband and a wife, now the wife or the husband income is gone. So now the wife or husband, whoever is the person still alive, probably has to refinance. And do we think they can probably do the mortgage on their own? No, most people cannot. That's why they partner. But now, with an IUL from day one, they drop dead. How much does their family get? Year one, school all the way over to the debt benefit. They just bought a house, but they got one of these bad boys. Now what happens? What happens? $2 million. We winning the money game over here. This is why I'm super passionate about this stuff. This is why I can't shut up. This is why I'm high energy, because it's like, it's pick sense out of nonsense. Right? Now let's keep going all the way. Let's say, okay, life is good, and they saving that same 2,300 and they putting it over here. Boom. Let's go to age 65. I love age 65. I don't know why, right? Age 65, they would have contributed a total of 818,000. But how much do they have? 1.6. Better yet, let's go to age 70. 30 years later, y'all, they tell you to take out a 30-year mortgage. Why? Why they tell us to take a 30-year mortgage? Why they shoving that down our throat? Why aren't they saying, girl, you know, you could pay this off in 5 years. Girl, you know, you could pay this off in 10 years. Girl, you know, if you make an extra payment, you could pay this off in less than 30 years. Why aren't they telling us that? Why? Put it in the chat. Why? They're looking for you to fail, right? They're not even telling us, girl, you know, you could finish this mortgage way before 30 years. You know, let me show you what to do. Let me show you. Let me tell you what you need to do, girl. Why they're not telling us this? But they want to automatically dump us in a 30-year mortgage. Okay. Right? Now at age 70, we put in 837. Holy moly, what's our cash value? What is the cash value here? 2.2 million. Who's winning the money game? Your house or your IUL? Put in the same amount of money in an IUL. Who is winning? In 30 years when you look up, who is winning in 30 years? Let me go back because I don't think y'all getting this stuff, man. Let me go back and show you the stats, right? Let me go back and show you the stats, right? In 30 years, with the money in the mortgage, your money would have grown to 1.6. But then you got to back out the 962, which is everything that you paid for the last 36 years to get your house going. No upgrades. So you made 678. But this 670, oh my God, why are people calling me? So annoying. Don't they know we have webinars? My God. Sorry, guys. Right? You made 678, so you happy. But guess what? Uncle Sam is going to be happy too. Why? Why is Uncle Sam going to be happy? Because he got to get his cut to this 678. It's called capital tax gain, honey. You ain't getting away with that. You ain't getting away with this whole 670 and put it in your pocket. Uncle Sam is right there. He got to get his cut. He got to get his cut, right? And you still didn't even minus the sales tax and the closing costs because it's a transaction. Everybody got to get paid. The attorney got to get paid. The banks got to get paid. The real estate broker everybody got to get paid. Versus, let me come back here. In 30 years, honey, you put in 837, you got 2 million, honey. This 2 million is tax-free, honey. Uncle Sam don't even talk to you. He mad at you because he can't get his hand off of this 2.24 million. And the best part, you still building wealth all the way because if you drop dead at age 70, you got 4.1 plus the 2 million cash value. Hello. You got 4 million debt benefit and your family also get the 2.2 cash value. So in actuality, you're leaving behind 6 million. Who's winning the money game? Let me tell y'all something. This is why you got to come to convention, because when they drop this at convention, a light bulb went off in my head. A light bulb went off in my head. I always said to myself, you know what? I'm going to buy another property. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get into the real estate. I'm going to start looking for some deals. I saw this stuff. That stuff went over my head. I ain't even thinking about getting no more real estate. I'm going to put that same 2,300 in another IUL. Lazy, tax-free, easy breezy. No dealing with tenants. No dealing with repairs. No dealing with when it snows in New York. I got to get somebody to shovel the snow. I already got to shovel the snow where I live. That's enough. I ain't got to be running around Brooklyn or running around Staten Island or New Jersey or Queens or wherever the property is, dealing with people calling me all hours of the night. Oh, the boiler breakdown, this breakdown, that breakdown. Hello, I'm putting the same 23 goddamn $100 into another IUL, and I have 3. A light bulb went off. I'm like, this is it, Odetta. It can't get any easier. I'm making more money and it's stress-free. Do y'all see this? Like, are you guys excited or am I like the only one? Like, are you guys seeing this? Like, do you guys understand? Like, is a light bulb going off in your head? Are you like, nah, I don't know. Okay. Is it just me? Is it just me that's seeing the opportunity here? Or y'all seeing it too? If you see the opportunity, put a 1 in the chat, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you've seen the opportunity as well, right? And then it doesn't even, like, it just keeps getting better. Now, Dina's gonna retire with $124,000 tax-free every goddamn year. Can we say that about the rental property? Can we put our head on a block that these tenants are going to pay us every month? No headache. Can we say that? Can we say that? Can we say, you know what? Nah, I'm still going to go the real estate route. I'm going to guarantee to get some rental income. Can we say that? No, we cannot. Right? $124,000 tax-free retirement income. And if you live until age 100, you would have taken out almost 3 million, 2.9. And you're still going to leave money behind. Almost $500,000. You tell me, pick sense out of nonsense. Pick sense out of nonsense. Is it better to buy real estate? IUL. Now, don't get me wrong. You can do both. You can do both because at the end of the day, you got to live somewhere. So you want to own where you live. You could do both, right? We're showing you options to build wealth. You could say, you know what, this sounds good. I'm going to do that, but I'm still going to do real estate. We're giving you options. You could do both. But as for me personally, I don't want no stress. I had enough stress with rental properties, even my own family. I got enough. I could write another book about that. So I ain't going down that road no more. That was just me personally. Each one their own. So IUL versus real estate, not to mention with a home, you have no life insurance. So again, if you drop dead or you get sick, we got a problem. You drop dead or you get sick, we got a problem on our hand, right? No living benefit. So if you cannot work, how are we paying this mortgage? Are we going to depend on these tenants? How are we paying this mortgage if we get sick and cannot work? There is no guarantee your house will go up in value. Oh, we know that. We saw that happen before, right? Right now, things are good, but we don't know what it's going to be in the future. And plus, you got to qualify for an equity loan. If I want a loan out of my IUL, I'm calling Transamerica and telling them. I'm not asking. As long as I see I got cash value, I'm calling them and I'm telling them, yo, send me back some money. I'm not asking. I don't have to qualify. No, you don't have to qualify. As long as you have cash value, you're calling the insurance company and you're telling them, not asking. Right? Now, let's go to the other one. IUL versus a Roth. And they say, well, that a Roth is good because it's tax-free. Yes, that's true. Absolutely, that's tax-free. But there's other limitations. It is tax-free individual retirement if it's a mutual fund and it's growing. It goes up with the market, so we love that. But there are limits on how much you can contribute. And you still got to wait until age 59 and a half. You still got to wait until age 59 and a half. And they limit you on how much you can put in. And IUL, if somebody tell me, Odetta, I want to dump $100,000 a month. If I want to dump $100,000 a year, All I got to do is run the numbers. There's no limits. Multimillionaires and all these presidents and CEOs, they're dropping hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So 65, the limits, the income limits are 6,500 for those under 50. And if you're over 50, it's 7,500. But what if you have more money? What if you want to put more money? What if most of you right now are probably under 50? What if you're making more money and you want to put more than 6,500? Or maybe you're over 50 and you're making good money and you want to put over 7,500. Can you? No, you cannot. So that's one limitation, how much you could put per year. The second limitation is you better not make a lot of money. Because if you're making too much money, you can't even talk to them. Single filers cannot exceed 153. So you mean to tell me that, like, they almost want you to be broke. They're limiting you, like, okay, for you to use this account, you cannot make more than 153,000 per year. Listen, I want to make more than that per year. I want to make millions. So why are you limiting me on, if I only make 153, I can't use this. So I got to stay broke to use this? Nah. And if you're a couple and you're making over 228, you can't even get a rod. So how are they really helping us if they're stifling us on your income limit and how much you can contribute? Man, I tell you, they designed this stuff for them, not for us. I hope y'all paying attention, right? So under 50, over 50, 30-year-old max out for 40 years. So let's say now this person is under 50, they're putting 6,500 for 30 years. 30 years. Now that would have had 130,000. If they're over 50 and they're putting the max, they get to put this 7,500, and they also do this. Now they have 150,000. Guys, I did the math before even coming into this business. I did the math a long time ago. I did the math. When I was in corporate America, I was one of those people that was maxing out my 401k. I was one of those people that was maxing out my IRA, my Roth IRA. I did the math. I multiplied 6,500 times how many years it's going to take me to retire. And when I saw the number, I realized, you know what, I'm going to be in trouble here. It's not enough. It's not enough. So when I saw this opportunity, it was a no-brainer. I jumped on it, right? So IUL versus Roth. Let's say now you have a 7%, because the IUL average is about 8, but we're going to lowball, we're going to say 7%. By age 70, you'll have 1.5 million. But what if the market crashed before your retirement? If you have a Roth and the market crash, because a lot could happen between now and then, you lose money. God forbid, don't get sick. Don't get sick. Do not get sick. Okay? And God, please don't die either. Because now your family really going to be up the creek. Right? They're really going to be up the creek. Don't get sick and don't die. And don't let the stock market crash, because you're going to be up the creek. You're going to be broke in retirement and welcoming the greeters at Walmart. We don't want that. That's not the future we want for you. Right? As for IUL, I love when Sherman said, you see that guy? He's rolling in money. He's rolling in money. And he got his sunglasses on because the future is bright, honey. You can start with 7,500 growing at 8% with no risk. That's peace of mind right there. Never losing money. Giving you 1.1, but will pay out over 1.4. By age 70, again, never losing money during retirement. People that are having these accounts, Roth IRA, 401k, even in retirement, they're still losing money. They're still losing money, even in retirement. But for him, with his IUL, 200,000 still left to pass down when he passed away. Oh, and by the way, there's no 59.5 rule. So if he wanted to take his money sooner, If you wanted to retire sooner, who said you got to wait until you're 65, honey? God damn it, if I want to retire right now, I want to retire right now. I ain't got to wait till 59 and a half. I ain't got to wait till 60 or 65. By the way, they tricked us. Retirement has nothing to do with age. Retirement has nothing to do with age and everything to do with your money. If you have enough money, you could retire. So let's look at the numbers. 7,500. You put it into an IUL, right? 75, 75, 75 all the way. And by the way, from day one, we have life insurance. With your Roth from day one, you ain't got nothing. If the account value has 7,500, that's what you got, 7,500. So if you drop dead, that's what your family gets, 7,500. From day one over here, you're insured. So if you drop dead the first year, how much do we get? Hello. How much do we get if you drop dead the first year? How much? 166. 166. 166. Now let's go all the way to 870. We put in $300,000. How much we got? How much we got in retirement? How much do we have in retirement? We put in, listen, they tell you, oh, put your money in the IRA, put your money in the 401k, put your money in the Roth. Okay, you put your money in your Roth. You put the same 7,500 in your Roth. From day one, you have no life insurance. And when you're 70, right, the money grew, but you still got to pay tax on the growth. You see, they don't tell you that part. They don't tell you that part. So if this was in the Roth, you put in 300 and let's say it grows to $1 million. You still got to pay tax on the growth, honey. Uncle Samuel letting you get away with the growth. He gonna back out the 3 because yes, you put in 3, but that 3 grew. You got to pay tax on the growth. Y'all see why we go so hard for IUL? Because people don't know this stuff. They don't know this stuff and they don't do the math. This is a mathematical equation. This is a mathematical equation. You can't make this stuff up. Plug the numbers in. Now, when this person is 70, he puts in 300,000, but it grows to 1.1. Hello, are we paying tax on the difference here? We put in 3. Are we going to pay tax on the difference? Are we paying tax on the difference? Put it in the chat. Yes or no? This 1.6, are we paying tax on the growth? Hello? No, we're not. Because it's in an insurance product. And Tierica said, my mother-in-law just told me the other day she had a Roth and lost 11K in her retirement and ended up pulling out. Yes. Yes. Because it's in the market. And it baffles me that people are still losing money even in retirement. Some are losing more than others. Some of them, if they're savvy enough, they may say, oh, you know what, I didn't lose a lot. Girl, you didn't have to lose nothing. You try to make yourself feel good by saying, oh, Odetta, I didn't lose a lot. You didn't have to lose nothing. Nothing. You didn't have to lose nothing, not a blind penny. You didn't lose a lot, but you sure didn't make a lot either, because what they do is they reallocate their portfolio to put it in a conservative fund. And now when they put it in a conservative fund, they're not going to lose a lot, but they're sure not going to make a lot. And they try to justify it by telling me, oh, Odetta, I didn't lose a lot. Girl, this is why we got to do these webinars every week. Because people don't know. You don't have to lose anything. And now, when this person is 71 years old, they're going to get $85,000 for the rest of their life. Let's go all the way, right? 90 years old. If they live until age 90, they would have taken out 1.4. But how much did they put in? Let me scroll back up, man. Let me scroll back up. Let me scroll back up. How much did they put in at age 70? What's the number here? Put it in the chat. How much did they put in? 300,000 at age 70. They put in 300,000. 300,000 they put in. Age 70, right here, right here, right here, right here. And they end up, if they live until age 90, they end up pulling out 1.4. That's like quadruple. This quadruple how much you put in, man. When I see this stuff, I be getting mad with myself. I'm like, I'm not putting no more money in my Roth. I'm not putting no more money in my Roth. That's 6,500. I'm gonna put it in my IUL. I'm not putting no more money. I don't care what they tell me would match my. No, I'm putting that 6,500 in my IUL. You're getting more bang for your buck. Like, and you don't have to worry about the future. Now let's look at the 401k. Oh boy, they got y'all. They got y'all really good. That's why we got to do these webinars every week. Because people don't know. They have these things and they think it's the best thing since sliced bread. It's not the best. It is not the best. That's why we got to do these webinars every week to educate you guys. It is not the best. But they don't know that. Right? 401k growing at a 7% with fees. 2% fees. They don't even know that. Whether you make money or you lose money, you still got to pay the fees. Well, guess what? I'd rather pay the fees in the cost of life insurance. So when somebody said, oh, this fees that you got to pay in the life insurance, well, you know what? I'm going to get that fees anyway, because when I drop dead, my family get the money. When I get sick, I get the money. I'd rather pay fees for cost of insurance and get something in return than paying fees on my IRA and getting nothing in return. Hello. We got to educate these people, right? So 2.8 million, 4.79 million without fees, not including taxes, because it's a 401k. It hurts. It hurts a lot. 4.7 million without fees, not including taxes. That's someone put in the maximum contribution of 22,500. You know what? This is really bad. And they love to say, I'm maxing out my 401k. I'm maxing it out. 22,500 per year. I am maxing it out. So in 40 years, they would have contributed a total of 900,000. 401k most popular retirement plan. Remember, there's no guarantee. In fact, we're going to guarantee you the market is going to drop. That we can guarantee you. Anything you pass on to your kin, your grandkids, your great-grandkids, your wife, your husband, your spouse, your whoever, it's going to be taxed. And you better not get sick. Please don't get sick. Do not get sick. Don't go in a nursing home. Do not get sick, because you have no critical, you have no chronic, and you have no terminal illness. So just wake up and die. Just go to sleep and die. Don't get sick. Skip this sickness and just die, right? Don't get sick. Just die. Oh my God, it's crazy. Versus an IUL. You put the same 22,500 in a year, growing at 8% for 40 years. There's no risk, no losing. And yes, we could afford to get sick, right? We could afford to get sick because we got some money coming to us if we ever get sick. Well, we don't want to get sick. But if it happens, we got some money coming. This will give you 3.5 million. By age 70, you're still never losing money. So even while you're in retirement, you won't ever losing money. Let's look at the numbers, right? You see the premium outlay, 22,005, 22,005, 22,000. We're putting 22,005 all the way, right? Until age 70. So total, we would have put in 900,000. This 900,000 grows to 3.5. Is this 3.5 going to be taxed? Yes or no? Yes or no? Is this 3.5 going to be taxed? Yes or no? And by the way, from day one, we have 490,000 coverage life insurance. Do we get from day one 490,000 life insurance with your 401k? Do we? Do we get it? No, we don't. No, we don't. Right? From day one, you're covered if you get sick or if you drop dead. Now at age 70, woo! 250, almost 260. $260,000 annually income. So watch this. We put in 900K, right? But if we live until age 90, how much did we take out? How much did we take out? 4.2 right here. Right here. Shema got to teach me how to do highlights. I don't know how to do highlights on Zoom. Right? 4.2. So, guys, this is a no-brainer. Everybody needs an IUL. It's a no-brainer. It is so multifaceted. It helps with taxes. It helps with safety of growing your money. It helps if you drop dead prematurely. It helps if you get sick prematurely. It is a game changer. You could do whatever you want to do. You could have multiple strategies. But if you do not have a IUL, which is the juggernaut of your financial portfolio, you got holes in your finance. You got holes in your finance. I spoke with a very wealthy client. Filthy rich. Good money. Money. One thing he said to me, I did not plan for if I get sick. I never took out anything that will pay me if I get sick. So all that money that he has, it went quick. He's walking around with a stick today. Jacked up. All that money went in 5 years. One thing he said to me, that's the hole that I had in my finance. I never put something in place if I get sick or when I get sick. This is a game changer. If you do not have one of this, get in touch with the person who invited you and get you one of this. Add this to your portfolio if you can, if you qualify, right? If you qualify. Because for me, this is peace of mind. Guys, this is peace of mind. If I go to sleep tonight and never wake up, I ain't got to worry. I know my mom, my dad, my siblings, my niece, my nephew are good. They're not going to cry for long. And God forbid if I get hit with something major. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Like I already did the numbers. I already know what my payout is going to be. 20 grand a month. Guys, I do this business. So I'm obsessed with my policies. 20 grand a month is what I will get today, God forbid. After 90 days, 20 grand a month. I don't need 20 grand a month. That's more than enough to pay my bills. But I have it just in case. It's 20 grand today. It's increasing every year because my policy is increasing every year. I'm making more money every year. I'm putting more money into it every year, right? So as of now, it's 20 grand. It's going to increase. So if you do not have this, definitely get in touch with the person who invited you. We're gonna do something a little different tonight, right? As we're closing in, I want to invite you guys to make sure that you guys, and let me drop the link, and I'm gonna drop the poll also, right? I want you guys to, if you are, not if you're a business partner, the polls are only for guests, right? They're only for guests. So a poll is going to pop up right now. Did you guys see the poll? Can you tell me if you saw the poll? A poll should be popping up right now. Oh, it did not? Okay. That's weird. Okay, that's weird. Sorry. So the poll is only for guests. But for some reason, I don't know, I'm not able to get it to launch. If you are a guest, and maybe you guys that are agents on, go through the participant list and see if you have any guests on, and immediately after we end, call your guests to schedule a one-on-one, or let's talk to see how we can get you your own IUL, right? We are going to be continuing these webinars, but we're changing it up. No more IUL versus the world, right? Leading up to our national convention, which is going to be in February of next year, every Wednesday, and I'm going to drop the chat in the chat right now. Every Wednesday, starting with this Wednesday, we're going to be having, and let me put it in the chat. Right, you can go ahead and register how to master and get your money up in 2024, right? So again, you want to make sure you're inviting guests. These are going to be every Wednesday, starting from this Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. How to master and get your money up in 2024. And at this time, if we have anyone that has been on all 4 webinars, right? Thursday, well, we started for Thanksgiving, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. If you have been on all 4, right, put it in the chat. And we're also going to drop, we're going to do some giveaways, and we have to do it fast because we have a 9 o'clock training for all our business partners who are not licensed. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Let's see who's been paying attention and who's got the questions, right? So, and you could just unmute and say, what are the 3 investment options? What are the 3 investment options that you can, where you can put your money? What are the 3 investment options where you can put your money, or places that you can put your money for investment options?
Is this just for guests?
Yeah, because you know the answer. Hello. If you're part of this business, you know the answer. If guests can't answer, then we'll have one of us answer it. But you guys know all the answers. Any guests want to take a stab at it? Because what we're doing is, as you guys know, your girl is an author. So I'm giving away. This is why if you ain't stacking, you're dropping, right? First book that I wrote. Second book, right? This is why you're broke. If you like journaling, you like staying on track, this is one of my favorite. Let's Get Rich. And what I love about this one is it has all money mantras, right? I will never be broke another day in my life. This is one of my all-time money mantras that I say every day to myself, right? And then what I also love, it has a checklist of everything you should be focusing on when it comes to your money on a monthly basis. So for example, January is coming, right? We should be focusing on setting your financial goals and take a money challenge. Let's see, we're now in December. We should be rebalancing our portfolio, give and donate. But you cannot give and donate if you don't make enough, right? So you got to make more money. So this book, love it, love it, love it. So this is a journal planner. And then the 4th one, which has made me very, very, very popular, right? Got it in schools, got it in library. I'm working on some major deal with the Department of Education, where they're going to be ordering these books to make sure every kid has it in their classroom. Playground Millionaire. So if you answer these questions correctly, you get to pick which book you would like to have. But anybody's going to answer the question, right? What are the 3 investment options of places that you can put your money? Okay, nobody knows. Okay, so maybe we'll take a stab with one of our agents. What are the 3 investment options or places that you can put your money investment wise? Okay.
Hey, oh, can we just call out the answer? Can I just call it out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fixed, variable, and indexed.
So fixed with the bank, variable with the stock market, and index with insurance company. So that's one. So we got 2 more questions. If you want to grow your money with no risk, what's the best type of account to grow your money with no risk? And it's also tax-free. What's the best place to grow your money with no risk? And it's also tax-free. Which vehicle is that? Is it a 401k? Is it a 403b? Is it an IRA? What is it?
IUL.
All day, every day. Who said that?
Karen.
Oh, Karen. Okay. And then the last one. Oh my God. Let me see. Okay. Which is the best tax family and what is it called? Which is the best tax family and what is it called? Which is the best tax family and what is it called?
Tax now.
Tax what?
Tax now.
No,
Tax
that's not the
advantage.
best. That's not
Tax
the best.
advantage.
Tax advantage. Yeah, tax advantage. Right.
Okay, last one. 401k is which tax family?
Tax later.
Yes, tax later. Okay, so far, Richard and Karen, you guys get to pick your book. Let me know which one you want, and I'll ship it out to you guys. Congratulations. And that concludes IUL versus the world. It is recorded, so you guys will get to watch it back. But more importantly, we'll be back here on Wednesday because, again, we're going to be helping families. Everybody needs to know this information, and we're going for a cash Christmas. So thank you guys for joining. Those of you who are not licensed, let's scoot over on Johnny's webinar so that you guys can get licensed and position yourself to make money come 2024. Thank you guys so much and have a great evening.
Thank you, Odetta. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thank you.